Funchal's old town has been sensitively preserved, and there are areas which look exactly like they did in the 40s. I'm sitting here with George at the Golden Gate Cafe. And this is where the Gibraltarian ladies and young women used to come and drink their afternoon tea and their morning coffee and smoke, much to the envy of the Madeiran women around them. Now, George, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
I understand you have a very interesting story about a certain Gibraltarian woman and your uncle.
Yes, that's true.
I can't wait to hear about it.
I have a photo.
Wonderful.
Yes. And we can see the back of the photo is the date, 1941.
And inscribed on the back is "I love you, Guillermo," on the 10th of November, 1941.
So my uncle was 17 years old.
17 years old, and he had a Gibraltarian girlfriend.
Yes, girlfriend.
And then what happened?
And we know that they were going to marry.
They were going to marry, they were engaged.
Yes,
so he asked her to marry him.
Yes.
And she said yes.
He will travel with her to Gibraltar.
He was,
yes.
So they were preparing all the paperwork in his passport to allow him to travel to Gib. Of course, because it was the end of the war.
Yes,
yeah?
But at that time, in 1944, he got sick with typhus fever. He died in the 2nd of November, 1944.
Oh gosh, so he never recovered from this illness and he died.
No.
That's tragic.
Yes, it was a shock for the girl, and since then, we don't know nothing about her.
What a sad story.
Yes.
That's devastating. A young Gibraltarian woman came over here, met this young, very, very good-looking boy, or young man. They fell in love. He asked her to marry him. He was going to travel back to Gibraltar. He was prepared to leave his home. And then he tragically died. And we don't know who she was. I wonder perhaps somebody back home knows of this story and will be able to find out who she was, but she must have left Madeira absolutely devastated.
Devastated.
All her hopes and dreams for her future, tragically destroyed.
Yes.
All of the ones I've heard, or most of the ones I've heard, have been good stories, good news stories. Most of the Gibraltarian women had a fantastic time here, especially those who enjoyed the freedom and probably a lot of flirting with some very, very attractive, good-looking Madeiran men. But this one is very different. She returned back home and, she probably wasn't filled with the joy that the others were at returning back to her home. For her, it was probably, a very, very different story.
Since I was a kid, I knew this story, and I have a special feeling about him.
Well, thank you for sharing it. And
yes.
I think
these pictures are for you.
Thank you very much. I think it's very important to be able to keep his memory alive.
Yes.
Banana plantations have existed in Madeira since the late 1500s. They're a main source of employment and contribute greatly to the economy.
To keep my hands on myself, pick out dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Just my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. I've been feeling it since 1966.
Catarina, I'm very excited. So we're going to Faria dos Padres. What does that mean and where are we going exactly?
Well, we're going where I used to say that it's an island inside the island because it's isolated. The only way to come here it's on the teleferic or by boat. Faria means the erosion of the rock that falls down and turns up into a cultivated land.
Okay, and it's a flat piece of land that's incredibly fertile, isn't it? So that's what Fajang means.
Yes.
And where does it get the name Dos Padres?
Padres means priests because this used to belong to the Jesuits, and that's why the name of the place. They have here a chapel, and they used to live here more or less 15 persons.
And now the property, the original property, came into your family's hands. You've had it
Yes.
about 100 years. So you own this cable car because it's the most accessible route in and out, even though you can use a boat. You live there, or some of you live there, but it's mainly a banana plantation, isn't it?
Well, banana, yes. We also have mango and grapes. Special Malvasia, the name of
Yeah,
of
they
the
use
grape.
that for the wine,
Yes,
Madeira wine.
yes, and we produce here our own Malvasia.
Oh,
wine.
really?
Yes.
So you make your own wine?
Yes, yes. We have 9 houses, plus our own, and we sell for who wants to spend here a few
A
days.
rural retreat,
yes.
very much
Yes.
away from everything. I think this is absolutely wonderful.
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now.
We have the agriculture, it's all biologic since 2008. We try to maintain this as it is, try to be unique and to preserve the place as it is.
What are these? Are they
This is pitanga. We
what-
found in Brazil and in tropical places.
Are these
Yeah.
ripe?
Yes.
Thank you. I've never had a pitanga before. They look like a bit like a cranberry or blueberry, but a completely different color. I'll try.
You will notice it's a little bit different. We use it as the fruit itself, or we do ice cream, jam, topping of ice cream, cake.
I must work very well because it's a little bit tart and a little bit.
Yeah.
It's sweet, but it's mainly a tart, slightly citrusy, different flavor.
Yes, it's
That's really
different.
tasty. I like that.
Fist for my heart to eclipse now. Might be over.
This is Mario, Catalina's uncle, also involved in the family business. So you remember the Gibraltarian women here, and you're saying they were a breath of fresh air
Yeah.
to Madeiran society, weren't they? That's what
Infelizmente não há conhecido la moça, la chica.
So unfortunately, you were young. You were too young to meet the
Há
women.
conhecido la senhora. A
Okay,
senhora.
yes.
Isso, há estado convivido com 2, 3 e elas corporizavam toda a memória de tudo como é dicho. O que ha sido numa sociedade como a de Madeira, onde as chicas se viviam sempre em sua casa, muito restrita, sem pouca liberdade, e então han chegado grupo de gente semelhante, igualdita, pero muito liberta, muito viva, muito conversadora, además que han transtornado toda a sociedade, todos os jovens dessa data. He conhecido 3 pessoas que são casados, mariados, con una persona de Gibraltar.
Mi tía,
Sí,
la hermana de mi abuela,
Sí.
se quedó aquí y se casó con alguien de Madeira.
pues, claro, claro. Como ela, outra.
Sí, sí,
Porque
sí.
ha sido uma revolução positiva, extremamente positiva. É por isso que quando se habla de Gibraltar em Madeira, é uma sensação muito alegre, muito viva. E, portanto, quando tu me has dito que iam fazer uma reportagem aqui, eu disse, me encanta porque isso faz parte de toda a memória, de toda a coisa.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Mario. Thank you. That was absolutely wonderful to hear. I think you could see the smile on Mario's face as he spoke about his memories. And I loved the words he's used, that it was a positive, it was a revolution within Madeira. The fact that the Gibraltarian who came here, apart from being very beautiful, he said, but the fact that they had a joy to them, a joy, a spark. They enjoyed life, and they revolutionized. It was a happy revolution.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Mario. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Catalina, thank you so much for having us here. I feel incredibly refreshed, and my batteries are recharged in such a short space of time. I imagine that your guests must leave here feeling that they're completely, ready to conquer the world all over again.
Yeah, so that's the philosophy of the place, to recharge batteries.
To recharge batteries. That's it certainly works. Thank you
you.
very
Thank you very
much.
much.
It's been a pleasure.
like it.
Thank you. Bom tarde, Vasco. Hola.
To keep my hands on myself.
Okay, got it. How are you? Are we off on an adventure?